Hello all, me Ms Rasika, welcome you all in this exciting video of exceptions in C++. One of the advantages of C++ over C is exception handling. Exceptions are runtime anomalies or abnormal conditions that a program encounters during its execution. Exception handling is a part of C++ and OOPS. They are added in C++ to handle unwanted situations during program execution. Here, exception means an unexpected problem that arises during the execution of a program. Exception handling mechanism provide a way to transfer control from one part of program to other. This makes it easy to separate the error handling code from the code written to handle the actual functionality of the program. Exceptions are similar to error but not error. There is a thin line between them. An exception is a problem that arises during the execution of a program. A C++ exception is a response to an exceptional circumstance that arises while a program is running, such as an attempt to divide by zero. Exceptions provide a way to transfer control from one part of a program to another. Main advantages of exception handling over traditional error handling. 1. Separation of error handling code from normal code. 2. Functions, methods can handle any exceptions they choose. 3. Grouping of error types. Main purpose of exception handling is to identify and report the runtime error in the program. Exception handling performs following tasks. 1. Find the problem in given code, also called as hit exception. 2. It informs error information, also called as catching the exception. 3. It takes the corrective action, also called as handling the exception. The main structure of exception handling is built on these three keywords. 1. Try. 2. Throw. 3. Catch. Now we are going to know about try block. A block of code which may cause an exception is typically placed inside try block. It is a block code in which there are chances of runtime error. This block is followed by one or more catch block. Most error-prone code is added in try block. Each try block should be followed by at least one catch block. One try block can have more than one catch block. It depends on how we throws the exception. Diagram shown here contains structure of one try block and one catch block. This structure is mostly used in basic programming and it is really easy to use. Here it comes for catch block. This is used to catch the exception which is thrown by try block. Code to handle the exception is written over here. In catch block we take corrective measure or action on thrown exception. Each catch block corresponds to try block, and also corresponds to one or more throw block. Catch block should come after try block. Diagram shown here contains structure of one try block and two that is multiple catch block. This structure is mostly used in advanced programming, and now it's finally throw block. Program throws a exception when problem occurs. It is possible with throw keyword. We can show error using throw keyword. One throw statement should consist of one catch statement. One throw can have multiple catch statements. Here the diagram shows the working of all three blocks. Means it shows how exception handling is done. As I told you earlier, exception is similar to error but it is not error. There is thin line between them. One exceptions can be recovered but error can't. 2. There are two types of exception, checked and unchecked, but errors are always unchecked. 3. If exception is checked then compiler have its prior knowledge, but as errors are always unchecked compiler don't have any knowledge about it. Like Java, C++ library has a standard exception class which is base class for all standard exceptions. All objects thrown by components of the standard library are derived from this class. Therefore, all standard exceptions can be caught by catching this type. Unlike Java, in C++, all exceptions are unchecked. Compiler doesn't check whether an exception is caught or not. For example, in C++, it is not necessary to specify all uncaught exceptions in a function declaration, although a teacher of fun should list unchecked exception. C++ library has a standard exception class which is base class for all standard exceptions. Some of them are given here. 1. Arithmetic exception. This is related to arithmetic or numbers. Its famous example is divide by 0. 2. Array index out of bound. Let's let's consider we have an array with 10 index, and we are accessing 11th index, then this exception occur. 3 illegal argument comes when we access method with illegal or simply say it as wrong arguments. 4 index out of bound, when some type of index goes out of bound. 5 negative array index exception is array don't have negative index. If we do it, then this exception. Whatever we did earlier was from theoretical part, and I really think that unless and until we implement it in code it is none of use. So let's go towards coding part of exception handling. Here we will move with simple and famous example of divide by zero. These comes under arithmetic exceptions. Firstly, we will go with simple code where we are not handling the exception. Here in this code I had simply declares 3 integer variables a and b for division, where a is non-zero, that is 2, and b is equal to 0. C stores the division a divide by b, and then we are displaying the division. Let's run these code. Here we can clearly see that we aren't getting division, but we are getting anything as error occurred. This comes because value of b is 0. Until this we see how program execution stopped due to exception to save our program execution. Now let's handle this exception using try, catch, and throw. Here in this code, try block contains 3 main parts. 1. Check whether b is equal to 0 or not. If it is, then throw integer exception, and if b is non-zero, then divide it by b and store it in C and display it. Just below try block catch block is placed. This catch block catches the integer exceptions only. In catch block we are printing that there is divide by zero error. Let's go for output. Now you can see that we are getting required output, and finally we handled the exception. If one want, then in catch block they can rescan the value of b, or they can change it also. Actually this depends on how programmer wants the output of code. Thanks for watching this video. For such more videos please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video.